Well, you see, this is the point of my day where I have literally nothing else to talk about. So I don't know, grab the weirdest thing I come across and talk about it. So there's this YouTuber, Verbalase, Verbalase, who apparently spent what, about 50 grand to make like an AMV of him and this has been hotel character. What's your name? Charlie. And people are like, bruh, $50,000. I can't show you the video because copyright's a bitch. But yeah, Charlie, she's coming after this guy, this goofy dude, and she's a bit horny. I'll say it. She's a bit horny coming after this guy, and he's like, bruh, back off. And eventually he can see some. I want to blow this up, but it sends me to Reddit. But then I have this. But I'm trying to describe the damn shit. So he concedes to her, and she eventually ties him up, and she gets partially nude, but not entirely nude. And before things happen, it fades to black. So man spent 50 grand on an AMV and didn't even get to see a single titty or a single thing happening. It is very soft core. Now, at first, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you for 50 grand? You know how much, like, concept art you could commission of you and her? Right? For 50 grand, you can get, like, a VTube, several VTube avatars. One of this goofy looking dude, and one of her. And just have them sit in the bottom of the screen. Being treated, as long as she looks transformative enough, I don't think the creators of Has Been Hotel is going to come after you, right? But then I'm like, okay, who is this guy? He's a YouTuber. Then I looked on the channel. It's like, okay, he has about 1 million subscribers. I'm like, oh yeah, apparently he listens to music. Some of it's alright. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this is genius. Because what I just did was I just clicked on his channel. I've just watched some of his videos. And now I know who this guy is. So if this is a publicity stunt for 50 grand, personally, I think it's genius. Right? Because where you, and everyone knows what Has Been Hotel is, right? They have a couple million people watching. Like, everybody knows who they are. Vizzy Pop, I think they're called. Plus this guy, and it's just probably one of the best, like, PR strats a man can play. Now, if he completely went bankrupt doing this, again, I don't know his financial situation. I don't know any of that. But I guess as a business consultant, right? I'm not, but if you want to consult me as one, I say this is probably one of the best moves you could have made. 50 grand, because now everyone's talking about it, even if it's negative, right? Everybody's talking about it. And people like to do this thing where they see people with lots of money throwing it somewhere, and they're like, oh, whoa, he could have cured hunger with that money. I'm like, you know what? It's nice that you're empathetic when it comes to how other people spend their money. How do you spend your money, Mr. Empathy Man? Or woman? Or whatever goofy ass gender you want to be. How do you spend your money? Like, let's look into it. Oh, you don't want to tell me? Ah, I see. So when it comes to your money, you can spend it however way you want. But if it comes to 50 grand, oh, now all of a sudden he has to cure cancer, or at least fight to. I think when people can spend their money on whatever the fuck they want, some people spend their money to make your life worse, right? Some people lobby politicians to elect laws that raise your taxes, that, you know, makes your standard of living, that prints more money and lowers the value of your dollar, right? Some people spend money to make people's lives worse. Others spend money to make people's lives better, like Mr. Beast. You know, some people just spend their money just because they fucking like to, right? Like this guy. You know, again, this is probably one of the best PR strats he could have used. And again, I don't know his financial situation. He's a YouTuber and a composer of musical arts. But I don't know. With 50 grand. Alright, now let's think about this, children. 50 grand. You can literally build a car like a hot rod with 50 grand. Probably a Harley Davidson. You can make a video game with 50 grand. Where, again, you have this character who, as long as she looks transformative enough, that Busy Pop won't come after you. And you can literally have your character be the main character, and this demon waifu do whatever the fuck you want. It could be a porn game. I know what you're saying. Well, he doesn't know how to make a video game. I'm like, well, you don't have to, right? You can just hire people to do it for you, right? I mean, hire artists, hire a coder, hire an animator, or maybe even just a pixel artist if you actually want some level of gameplay and not just a pornography slideshow. It's like, didn't Alex Jones make a fucking video game? Like, that's literally what he did. You think he knows how to fucking make a game? No, he just hires a bunch of goofballs to do it for him. There's so much shit tier shovelware on Steam, probably made with a fraction of what this guy paid. And yet, it's there. It's square. And there's something in my hair. But anyway, again, at first I was like, you know, he could have done a lot of that money, but I'm like, wait a minute, no, this is perfect. Because even though people are shitting on him, even though people are, who is this guy? Out of context Western porn. That's pretty high name, like. And there's this odd thing with certain artists or certain demographics of people online, primarily those who are addicted, like most creators that are addicted to having like fan art drawn of them, or like fan art drawn in general. Apparently, and I also like furries. Like, I can count on my hand how many times I've seen a furry get scammed out of like $1,000, and you look at the porn, and it's like, well, I can't draw worth shit, but I could probably do better than the furry artist that this furry has commissioned, right? I could kidnap a Bangladeshi man, right? I'll hold him into my garage, give him a pen and paper, and be like, draw something serviceable. And it's better than the art piece that furry artist drew for that furry that's like $1,000, right? So there are people who are addicted to like things like having fan art drawn of them, and they get absolutely scammed out the ass. They have no money, and they vote Democrat because they blame the system because of their own porn addiction and fan art addiction. So compared to that, then again, I don't care, right? It's whatever, it sucks. But I think in comparison, this is relatively tame. Not tame as far as overall money and the content he got out of it. but tame and a good thing because of the publicity. Like this is gonna, this will probably be around for years and years, right? You'll be 70 years old with your grandchildren being like, hey, yo, remember that guy that spent 50K on a low tier AMV? And they ain't even see titties. Like, ain't that something? They'll be like, hell yeah, buddy, that shit was lit. So yeah, I think I wanted to shit on this. I really did. I really did. But okay, I don't think I can show that. But I think it was a good power play from my dude, Verbalase. This is a good move. Would I do it? Fuck no. Man, with 50 grand, I just make a porn game with aliens. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. Peace.